Hello, this is Second Story Garage, and I'm Quentin Young. We're here with the Lone Bellow from Brooklyn. And when we saw the Lone Bellow was coming through Colorado, we jumped on the opportunity to invite them to Second Story Garage. So thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
And the reason you're out here today is to play Red Rocks tonight for a film on the rocks. Pretty awesome. And that'll be your first time on the Red Rock stage.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
How you feeling about that?
Scared.
Terrified.
Not scared. Totally fine.
It's going to be awesome. Because we just listened to you, and we were really, that was a great set you guys did for us. And it becomes clear when you actually see you live that harmonies is really at the center of what you do. And I wanted to ask you, how do you get those harmonies? Because there's a lot of bands who do harmonies, and you get the sense that it kind of comes naturally, but it sounds like you guys really, it's so precise. How do you get it so precise? Do you think about that? Do you plan it out? Do you write out notes? How do you get it that tight?
I think it's a couple of different things. We all have similar musical backgrounds, so I think we naturally pick harmonies that complement each other, maybe. And just where our respective ranges are kind of fit really naturally together.
Do you kind of do you, when you're working on a song? Do you kind of just jump in and each one of you finds your harmony, or do you sit out and plan it out and plot it out?
It comes really natural.
It's a jump-in situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brian and I have been singing in choirs like our whole life, and just comes pretty naturally, I guess.
Yeah, I think we just sing it a couple of times and then cut where it needs to be, but we usually find ourselves in the right place. Because his voice is like right in between, because he's got a higher voice.
But I'm a man.
He's a man, but so if it's right,
That was clear. We didn't have any doubt about that.
I say that a few times a day.
out loud in interviews.
It comes up. So Zach, are you a man?
Yes.
There you go. So this is your first time in Colorado, at least for you, right? And you've been to Denver once before.
I came for a wedding.
Yeah.
I only saw the
Not
mountains.
really, yeah. And you had a little run-in with wildlife?
Yeah.
Made some friends. Yeah, yesterday we didn't know that Coyotes and Elks are buds. So we saw that happen.
I didn't actually know that either.
They frolic together.
I think there was one moment where everyone was like, "Get away from me!" It was like an old married couple. It looked like
It's true.
the elk, and they were
But it's like-
"I'll put up with you."
If the wife was a lot bigger than the husband. She was just like,
Okay, let's just
get
stop.
away from me.
It sounds
We're
dangerous.
going to edit that if you like.
So you have one album now. It's a self-titled album, The Lone Bellow, and you have an interesting. You recorded it in an interesting way. Tell me about that.
Oh, we recorded it at our favorite music hall in New York City called Rockwood Music Hall, and it was our producer Charlie Peacock's vision. So he basically made the little music hall a studio. And the way that Ken Rockwood, the owner of the place, built it in the first place is all of the walls are floating by a foot, and the ceiling and the floor is all floating. And then there's studio glass that looks at, like, from the ceiling to the floor of Allen Street for like 50 feet. It's just this huge window. So it made for a wonderful place to record.
Was that a window people could look in and watch you do? So you
Absolutely.
did it create an audience for you?
There was a few times where, like, Charlie wasn't happy with a take, and he would just go and invite strangers in off the street because he knew that we have issues with trying to win people over. No, I'm just kidding. No. It helped with the energy of the.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because our hope
Having
was
a live audience there.
our hope was to capture moments,
Right.
rather than just trying to, like, make a record and splice a bunch of stuff together. So
Yeah.
it was like an 8-piece band in three days.
But it was cool to have all of the energy of New York City, the Lower East Side, kind of pouring into the room. Because we're recording 3 days just all day.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being isolated in a little, like, dark studio, it had a lot of light and just people, and it was inspiring.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, I mean, you can hear kind of an energy coming off your recordings. It translates through.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. Can I ask you about your hat? Does that have a story behind it? It was
I don't
really
know.
worn in.
I didn't wear it in personally, but I like to think whoever did was a brave person.
They were
Yeah.
also friends with the Coyotes and the Elk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next time you're in Colorado, you're going to be playing Red Rocks again,
Yes.
July 13th. And so if you have a chance to come out and see the Lone Bellow, we would highly recommend it. And we appreciate you coming in and playing for us today. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Have a
Thanks
great
for having
show
us.
tonight.
Thanks.
This is Second Story Garage.